Now at 9, a man received a conservation award for helping an endangered species. Find out how he did it.
And on the topic of nature, Muncie has its own forest preserve, learning how the community explores local nature.
The Multicultural Center may be hosting the next generation of leaders. Hear how the work of one group is making it happen.
I'm tracking rain showers and cooler temperatures. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Ava Lenz.
And I'm Lauren Bell.
On Tuesday, a man who dedicated his life to protecting the African golden cat came to speak to students. NewsLink Indiana's Arlene Thompson has more on the story.
Recipient of the Indianapolis Zoo's Emerging Conservationist Award, Mwezi Mugera, had the chance to tell his story with conservation. This award honors conservationists who are under 40 and show headway into saving an animal species or group.
This has been special. Being recognized for such a prestigious conservation award has been powerful. You can't put a price to that because such lectures have given us opportunity to reach audiences who would otherwise never reach.
Mugera's work for the African golden cat has been revolutionary. Using camera traps, a camera that is used to capture wildlife without the presence of humans, he noticed an animal that was almost unknown. The animal was becoming endangered before conservationists were even aware of its existence. Mugera turned to the community for answers and found that the cat's biggest threat was poaching. Starting his organization Mbaka, a research project to understand this species, a journey began that would lead him to becoming an emerging conservationist. The work of the African Golden Cat Conservation Alliance has spread through 19 African countries, with 46 conservationists working with Mugera.
Conservation is not a one man's job. I think it's one person's job. Conservation is a job for everyone. We are all responsible for our planet, for future generations.
Erica Serva, Indianapolis Zoo's digital communication manager, said that the Indianapolis Zoo has a mission to protect nature and inspire people to care for our world. By highlighting the efforts of these conservationists, we continue to inspire the future generation of conservationists. Mugera's lecture reached students of all ages. In his efforts to spread the word about this endangered animal, the award has given him the chance to educate others. In Muncie, Arlene Thompson, NewsLink Indiana.
To learn more about the African golden cat, check out Mbaka's website, savingtheafricangoldencat.com.
The Durdo Ernest Forest Preserve sits 3 miles southwest of Ball State University.
Conservationists at the preserve encourage nature and community to grow together.
NewsLink Indiana's Tatum Harris walks us down the path.
This family-friendly forest preserve is free to the public and welcomes the community with its organic beauty. Dutro serves to inform and encourage everyone to explore local nature. Located right at the preserve's entrance is a nature play area stacked with logs and rocks for children to play on. In addition to this, signs are located all throughout the trail to teach kids about the land and the species that reside around the area. These are meant to promote environmental literacy in the youth of Muncie. But it's not just enjoyment for kids. One conservationist encourages community members of all ages to breathe in the fresh air.
I think it's really important that the community knows that people are allowed in nature. I feel like a lot of times we see humans as just something that harms nature, that we've caused a lot of mistakes, we caused a lot of damage, and that we really don't have a role in it. But I feel like having urban nature areas like Dutro allows the community to see that there are ways that you can get involved.
The community plays a big role in keeping the conservation of Dutro alive. The public has unique opportunities to lend a helping hand. People can volunteer to reseed the prairie or even weed out invasive species on the grounds. Conservationists encourage the community to connect with the nature preserve.
There's many ways, but if you don't ask, then there's no way to know how you can connect and best help out. So I always say just reach out. Going on our website, looking at social media, and signing up for those events, that's all great ways to help us see that the community still cares, but also us to know what the community is looking for and what role they want to play in this.
Thanks to Red Tail Conservatory and several key donors, the legacy of this urban nature preserve lives on. In Muncie, Tatum Harris, NewsLink, Indiana.
To learn more about Durdo Ernest's rich history and the many ways you can support the conservation's efforts, visit Red Tail Land Conservatory's website, fortheland.org.
There's a group on campus aimed at building career enrichment for students to reach their goals. NewsLink Indiana's Isaiah Farrow talked to one of the leaders of the group.
I'm inside the Multicultural Center here at Ball State University, where I spoke with a leader of an organization aimed at helping and furthering the careers of Black and Brown students, known as C100, also known as Collegiate 100. Keith Hicks is one of the leaders and a recruiter for the group.
Collegiate 100 is something for college students that want to take that extra step to make impact or be a leader, or even
100 is an extension of the 100 Black Men of America, focused on creating college student leaders to further their career goals. The members are also introduced to summer jobs, building their resumes.
Another big thing is how it's a pipeline for corporations like Eli Lilly, JD Finish Line, First Merchant Bank, indie corporations that are looking for talent, and especially with the connection between the 100 Black Men, they're looking at the 100 Black Men to kind of show up and present.
Hicks says that this particular group is made up of several members, and right now they are currently accepting more local members to the
As of right now, we have about 10 members. We are accepting local chapter members, so there you have chapter membership and national membership.
He sees this as an opportunity to build up the community and create support systems for students to achieve and further their career goals.
I really believe the C100 is important, especially to me. I'll say I can talk to me first to give more context. Is I'm someone who is really proactive and passionate about figuring out what I can do.
I'm Isaiah Farrow, NewsLink, Indiana.
The group will kick off events for the semester in 2 weeks. They also have member meetings each month. Speaking of campus, I know that recently it's been really cold in the morning. It's been like getting around 50s, so it gets kind of hard to dress for, classes and whatnot.
And then you're sweating by the second you get out of class.
Yes, it's very hard. Let's take it over to Sydney with weather.
Looking at our current temperatures here in Muncie, we're seeing 60 degrees here in our region, 75 down in Indianapolis, 69 down in Terre Haute, and even up to 81 over in St. Louis. Looking at our temperature over the next 12 hours, we see that temperature go from 61 degrees here at around 10 p.m. and even going down to around 57 around 5 or 6 a.m. Sunshine remains in our region, and we have upcoming rain and cooler temperatures coming our way. All that and more in my full forecast.
Coming up, cleanup is underway in New York City after a building's chimney collapsed.
And we have details on an attack at a synagogue.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. Cleanup efforts are underway after an explosion caused a New York building's chimney to collapse. Crews says the demolition will take a while because they can't use heavy machinery for fear of causing more damage and debris. Authorities in the Bronx say the blast appears to have occupied in the boiler. An investigation into the matter is underway. Police say no injuries were reported from the incident. Residents were booked into hotels for the meantime. Officials are hoping to have services in the building back up and running before the end of the weekend.
2 people are dead and 4 others are injured after an attack outside a British synagogue. Police say a suspect rammed his car towards a group of people gathered for the Yom Kippur Jewish holiday in Manchester. A man was also stabbed. Police say the suspected attacker was fatally shot within 10 minutes of police receiving an emergency call. Authorities say the suspect wore a vest that had an appearance of an explosive device. The attack is being investigated as a terrorist incident. 2 people have been arrested. Yom Kippur is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar.
The Trump administration has notified Congress that the United States is, end quote, armed conflict, end quote, with drug cartels. President Donald Trump says the cartels are, end quote, non-state armed groups, end quote, and has designated them as terrorist organizations. The president has also determined cartel smugglers are, quote, unlawful combats, end quote, not criminals with due process rights. This legal justification removes traditional due process and allows the country to lawfully kill them. The notice provided to Congress yesterday follow at least 3 U.S. military strikes over the last month that have killed 17 people.
I've got more details on upcoming rain showers after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Looking at our current temperatures here in Muncie, we're seeing 60 degrees here in our region, 75 down in Indianapolis, 69 down in Terre Haute, and even up to 81 degrees over in St. Louis. Looking at today's almanac, we saw a high of 84 degrees here in Muncie, with the average high in the past being 73 degrees, but definitely not breaking that record high of 93 degrees back in 2019. Looking at our next 12 hours, we see that temperature go from around 59 degrees here in midnight down to 57 degrees around 5 or 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Looking at our low for tonight, we're seeing a low of 56 degrees with partly cloudy skies and winds from the south-southeast at around 5 miles per hour. Heading into tomorrow morning around 8 a.m., we see that temperature of around 56 degrees with sunny skies and calm winds. Then heading into the afternoon, we see that temperature rise to around 79 degrees, again with those sunny skies and calm winds. Then heading into 5 p.m., we even see that temperature reach up to 87 degrees. Again, that sun keeping us warm all throughout the day. Looking at our drought monitor, we're seeing severe drought conditions all across the state of Indiana. Even being in a severe drought here in Muncie and up in Fort Wayne, we have an extreme drought. We're hoping to see some rain relief this upcoming Tuesday in the morning. We'll see that first chance of rain, and then we'll see those heavier rain showers hitting us Tuesday night before heading out in early Wednesday morning. Looking at our 5-day temperature trend, we see 87 degrees on Friday and Saturday, and even dropping down just a little bit on Sunday to 85 degrees, 86 on Monday, and even 83 degrees on Tuesday when we see that first chance of rain start to cool us down just a little bit. In the months of September, we've seen a lot of above average temperatures for our normal fall-like weather. We saw 22 days where we were above average and only 1 day where we were in our normal average temperature for fall. Again, looking at that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we're still seeing those above average temperatures here in the Midwest, but we're seeing it cool down just a little bit to bring that average down. Looking at our 7-day forecast, again this weekend we're seeing really sunny skies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with those high temperatures of around 87 degrees. Then heading into Monday we see that temperature of 86 degrees with that first chance of rainfall. Then heading into Tuesday, that 80% chance of rainfall in the morning and heavy rain showers at night. Then heading into Wednesday we see that temperature cool down to around 67 degrees, and then on Tuesday we even see it cool down around to 66 degrees. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited for some cooler temperatures.
Yes, I cannot wait. I love seeing it, like all this, like the cooler temperatures start to finally come in, because recently the walks to class have been
so hot.
I'm so ready for fall weather.
Hot. Like in the mornings, I'm dressing in like
so cold.
Sweatpants with like sweaters.
Yep.
And then I get to class and I'm like, oh my god.
And it is so hot down in the afternoon. Yes.
You're drenched in sweat.
I never know what to wear.
Yes, it is so bad.
Me as well, for sure.
Yeah. And I also can't wait for the rain as well too. I know we got a couple rainy days within this past week, but I can't wait for that.
I'm ready for a cozy fall day for sure.
Yes, yes.
Me
Again,
too.
bring out that pumpkin spice.
Yes,
and the,
me too.
The apple cider and all like the hot chocolate.
Maybe a little pumpkin patch day soon.
Maybe.
Yes, carve some pumpkins.
Take some cute little pictures.
Yes.
With some sweaters. I think it would be nice.
Yes. Yes. You know what? Let's make it. We'll do it.
We can do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Sydney.
you.
There's a lot more to get on NewsLink Indiana. Emma Deaton has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Ava and Lauren. A Ball State legend returns to Schumann Stadium. The Cards look for a snap at redemption, and the women's tennis team keeps rolling. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud.
Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Emma Deaton with sports. This past summer, longtime Ball State tennis head coach Bill Richards stepped down from his position, but the search for a new coach didn't take long. NewsLink Indiana's Jake Dickman has more on the hiring of someone already close to home.
I mean, the biggest reason why I came back was because of Coach Richards and, you know, his legacy that he's left here for 53 years and the opportunity he gave me 42 years ago.
1972. Richard Nixon was president, a gallon of gasoline cost 36 cents, the video game Pong had just been released for the Atari, and Bill Richards was beginning his 53-year stint as head coach of the Ball State men's tennis team. But fast forward to 2025, and that stint has now come to a close and ushered in a new era for Ball State tennis. An era that, according to new head coach Gene Orlando, draws upon the past.
This program has a great history, but to be able to build off the history that Coach Richards has built.
For Orlando, though, that history goes a little deeper, specifically back to the mid-1980s, when Orlando not only attended Ball State, but played for 4 years under Richards, becoming a Hall of Famer in the process. And now, taking over for him is an experience like no other.
I would not be where I am today without him, and to carry on his legacy is surreal.
And Richards himself couldn't have picked anyone better to carry on the legacy he built over 5 decades.
It's just the perfect way to step aside from that many years coaching a program, to have one of your all-time great players and all-time great coaches and all-time great, a great person to take over. I couldn't ask for any more.
A legacy that Richards built to be family-like.
My wife and I, Sue, we from day one, I mean, we opened our home to our team. I mean, we wanted to have that family connection, that family atmosphere.
Now comes full circle, because while there may not be a Richards coaching, there will be a Richards playing when freshman Ryan, Coach Richards' grandson, takes the court.
It's such a great honor and a great honor to be able to carry on my family's legacy with this program.
And as Coach Richards puts it,
you know, this will be the 54th year we've had a Richards.
In Muncie, Jake Dickman, NewsLink, Indiana.
Swinging things over to the golf course, the Ball State men's golf head coach just secured himself a new contract extension. NewsLink Indiana's Jalen McKissick has more on the coach who has been here for over 2 decades.
Men's golf head coach Mike Fleck is now the current longest tenured head coach at Ball State. Fleck is appreciative of the time he has spent as head coach.
I can't envision myself being anywhere else. This is my alma mater, and you know, I guess I just look at it from the perspective that, you know, I'm blessed and fortunate.
Fleck believes that one of the biggest lessons he has learned over the years is to build bonds with his players and form that sense of community.
You have to gain the trust of the young men and kind of create what I feel like we've created, which is a family environment, and you know, allowing these young men to be comfortable.
When asked why he committed to Ball State, sophomore player Gavin Hare says it was Fleck's leadership abilities that swayed his decision.
He lays out everything you'd want to hear as a recruit. He's going to help you get better, not only as a player, but as a person. I value that a lot, and so far it's been like that. And yeah, he's a great coach, and it's all I could ask for.
For Fleck, it's not just about on-field success. It's also about creating those lifelong relationships with the players.
Getting a wedding invitation to a young man's wedding, or, you know, getting a note or a card or a picture that, you know, they just became a father, and, you know, that's the biggest satisfaction.
Being a Ball State alumnus, Fleck has now spent a considerable amount of time in Muncie and cannot imagine being anywhere else.
I'm a grad. My wife has 2 degrees from this place. We've been in this community for a long time, and this is what we know, and this is where we want to be.
You can catch Coach Fleck and the men's golf team at the Put Me In Coach Invitational at the Delaware Country Club October 6th and 7th. In Muncie, Jalen McKissick, NewsLink, Indiana.
Taking it to Schumann Stadium, the Cardinals are set to take on the Ohio University Bobcats after a bye week. A win this weekend means breaking the losing streak for the Cardinals with their last win against the Bobcats dating back to 2012. Among all the festivities this weekend, former football star and 9-year NFL veteran Willie Snead returns to the shoe, the third leading receiver in program history to be set to be inducted into the Hall of Fame among 6 other inductees. Now, as I just mentioned, there is a very busy weekend ahead of us, but it is also fall break. So are you guys going to be rooting for the Cards near or far?
I wish I was near, but unfortunately, I am gonna go home for fall break.
I am going to stay for the game, and then I'll go home after.
Okay. So you're rooting for them. You're rooting for them here. Yes. Good. At least one of us is.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes. I'm excited.
I will also be here.
Oh,
you will too?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm just like, it's okay though. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll be rooting from home. Woo! Go Cards.
Yes, you can root from afar.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you.
Coming up, Addison, Hampshire has your campus coverage.
And we have one final look at your weather.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over. Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together. It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Addison Hampshire, and this is your campus coverage. Wednesday afternoon, the Brothers of Phi Delta Theta braved the heat to raise awareness for those who suffer from ALS. The fundraiser, Freeze a Phi, offered the opportunity for students and staff to purchase an ice bucket to be dumped on the head of one of the brothers. The fraternity also offered snow cones. This is the second year the fraternity has held their fundraiser, and they hope to make it a long-lasting tradition. And while watching ice get dumped on a brother is very entertaining, the fraternity never forgets the reason why they do it. Charity is at the heart of their mission.
It's a great way for us to get the brothers involved and get campus involved in our philanthropy, Live Like Lou. And yeah, I'd love to make it a yearly thing.
All funds raised yesterday went directly to support those who struggle with ALS.
Okay, I have to ask, how was it going there? Because it looked like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I got to watch ice be dumped on the brothers all afternoon. It was a great laugh.
So much fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
I wish I was there to see it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Addison.
Thank you.
And now let's take one final look at your weather.
Looking at our temperatures for this weekend, we're seeing some really sunny skies with a high temperature of around 87 degrees. Then heading into the beginning of next week, we see our first chance of rainfall on Monday, and then that heavy rain showers moving in Tuesday and cooling us down on Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know about you guys, but since we have some really sunny weather this weekend, I'm looking forward to fall break. Do you guys have any fun plans?
Yes, I can't wait to go home. I definitely think I'm gonna lay out on my pool, just chill for
have
the weekend.
Some self-care and relaxation.
Yes, I was planning to soak up the sun.
Yes.
While it's so sunny.
Yes, because then when we come back Wednesday,
I'll be
temperatures.
refreshed.
Yes.
Yep,
yes,
it'll be
absolutely.
really
Perfect.
nice.
Exactly. All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Sydney.
you.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 for Cardinal Sunrise, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page and YouTube channel.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.